I said, I don't usually win things, I always win things in my second year.
I really like Ange, but you can't argue with the setup, the calmness of the play, their technical ability, they're getting in the final third.
Big Ange has come in and he's just been a breath of fresh air. I just love the way that we're playing now as a football club.
Dear, oh dear, Tottenham. What are you doing out there? Smashed into the top corner. What a goal that is. Akgün fires Galatasaray into a 6-minute lead. Osimhen with the opportunity, and this time Galatasaray do score, and Victor Osimhen whips off the face mask in celebration. Osimhen, and he cushions the ball into the bottom corner, and Galatasaray may well be out of sight before we reach the 40-minute mark.
It's just who we are, mate. It's just who we are. It's who we're going to be till as long as I'm here.
I'm sorry.
Bang out of order,
I'll
isn't
try not to laugh.
it? It's bang out of order, mate. They put these together every time. They can't wait for it, Bayo. It's a shocker, mate. It's a shocker.
How are you feeling, though?
You know what, right? I was watching the game. I was watching bits of the game. I was on the train coming back from Manchester. And when I see the goals flying in, and I've come in and I've watched the highlights, yeah, like I'm disappointed in the performance, but I'm not like, all right, it's a shocker. You know, if we lose at the weekend, you know, against Ipswich Town, then I'm fuming.
Yeah.
Because that is, you know, you can't afford to lose that game. But, you know, Galatasaray away, you know, he changes some players. We don't play great. But, you know, he makes a few changes. The keeper and, he plays a striker.
Though, as a Tottenham, would you not want to try and win every competition you're in?
Yes, but what I think is you can afford to lose one. We've actually done all right in the Europa League so far. We're in the top 8. And I look at it and go, all right, look, it's a tough game. I want to see a better performance, but I'm not going to cry over it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like if it's in knockout stages, yeah, I'm going to be fuming. If he plays, you know, Fraser Forster in a knockout stage game in the Europa League, then I'll be fuming. But it's the league table. We're going to get through. You know, we've got some home games coming up. Galatasaray's a tough game. I'm disappointed with the fact that, again, he's shown that he's not willing to just shut up shop. Do you know what I mean?
No, I see it. I get it.
You know, like just sit in front, take a draw, go away from home and be hard to beat. You know, you play against a Turkish side, an Italian team or something, turn up and you get everyone. Like when I'm watching Osimhen, he's free. He could have had 6.
Yeah, man. Could have had 7, to be fair to him. No, he was... if he was on it, it would have been a double hat-trick.
And I look and I go, come on, lads. Like, every time they go forward, we're so open. And it's draining sometimes to watch because you sat there as a fan thinking, mate, look, Galatasaray are a good team. Osimhen's a world-class striker. But just adapt. Just change your style of football. But he won't. He is adamant he's going to play that way. And the problem I've got, Bayo, is I think if you're going to play that way in Europe, I don't think you can win it. I don't think you can win the competition plan like that.
To be fair, I think you need to be able to adapt as a manager. And that's not taking anything from your fundamentals. I just think you have to adapt. And like you said, Tottenham play a real high line, and I get that. But sometimes going away from home, and you said it, well, a draw ain't a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? A draw ain't a bad thing, but... You know what I'm saying? You're Tottenham. Right now, I'm just smiling, so I'm all good.
You know, yeah, you're smiling. You're a Liverpool fan because you're absolutely having it off right now. We're going to talk about Liverpool, but yeah, look, I want to hear from Spurs fans. You know, there's got to be times, especially when you get to knockout stages, right? It's going to be, you know, home and away game. Go away from home, be hard to beat, be like Liverpool, you know, solid, efficient, hard to beat. You still got great players on the counter-attack. And, you know, you might draw, you might nick a win. And then when you get them at home, you go after it and you win the game.
I agree.
But Spurs play, whether it's home or away, we want to play the same way every single game. And you get opened up.
Yeah, but listen, again, I do think... Look, we know he's a good manager, and there is an exciting way when you watch Tottenham play. But then, of course, when people are playing against you and they can see your weaknesses, you have to... I just think in life, you've got to be able to adapt. And if you're trying to win something and you've got, especially away from home, exactly, you be solid, you stay in games, and that's always been the temperament. Stay in a game, and then you open up when you need to open up. But just to be able to be that... It can be confident, stroke, arrogant to say, I'm only going to play this way because it's my way and I won't change for nobody. Listen, if you're winning at the end of it, then nobody can really discuss it. Is if you don't win, that's when people start having discussions.
Let's go to GJ, who's a Spurs fan. Right, GJ?
How you doing, boys? You all right?
All right, matey. How are you?
Oh, lads. This...
Is it impossible? No clue again, is it? Are we back to that?
Do you know, yeah, well, yeah, we are actually, because this Ange ball is nuts. I can't get my head around it. Look, it's win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. There's no consistency, right?
No, there is no consistent. Well, the performance is inconsistent, GJ, isn't they? Look, you know, the way we play, come on, no, it's driving me mad.
Yeah, I mean, look, I tried phoning you on Monday, right, because I was at the Villa game, right,
Yeah.
and I was actually going to praise. I was going to phone you and Jason. I was going to praise our game management, because the way we managed the game against Villa was brilliant. When we were 3-1 up, I'm thinking that's how you see a game out. And tonight, I just take it all back. I mean, Dragerson, why do we sign him? He's not suited to Ange ball. He's bad on the ball. He's slow. He's like a Conte defender where you drop deep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Gets done in behind. He gets done in behind all the time. When I watch him, Osimhen was having a field day against him today. He had him on toast.
Mate, honestly. And then I look at Bergvall, right? And listen, I don't want to dig the kid out, right? He's a young kid, but I don't see anything. I look at him and I'm thinking, mate, you should be in a boy band, not a football team. He looks
It's a
like
bit harsh, GJ.
Yeah, I know, GJ. That guy. Oh,
Come on, how old is he? He's only a kid.
I know, but lads, he looks like a Backstreet Boy.
yeah, but give him time. Like even some Backstreet Boys can play ball. I mean, you got to give him time. Like he's
Dig him out because he's good looking.
he's a young pup. Allow him.
If I was him, right, I'd get singing lessons, and I'd give up football.
Honestly, mate, GJ, you do come out with some garbage. Honestly, you're digging the lad out because he's a good-looking boy.
Oh,
Like, come on, that's poor from you.
All right, look, right, all I'm saying is, have you seen anything from the kid? Because I look at Mikey Moore, Mikey Moore's a talent, right? I look at Will Lancashire, and he's not really what I'd call a talent, but I see what Will Lancashire brings for his role. Do you see what I mean? And Bergvall, I'm just thinking, I haven't seen anything yet. But do you see what I mean? Look, Jamie, I agree with you about tonight's result, by the way. It ain't the end of the world. We'll still qualify. In fact, I've still been drinking champagne tonight because I'm still celebrating the big news in America. But listen, the big thing is we have to win a trophy this season. I don't care about top four, lads.
Yeah, see, that's why I asked that question. I'd like, wouldn't you pay your best team in every competition to go and win a trophy?
Yeah, but look, as a manager, GJ, you know what Daniel Levy's like. It's all about the Premier League. It's all about top four with Daniel Levy.
Okay.
Right? That is what it is about. He sacked Jose Mourinho a week before a final. Right? He is about what it means to get in the Champions League. And if he doesn't think it's going to happen with Ange, or and Ange sits there and thinks, I want to play my best team in this game, he's always got to think about the Premier League at the weekend. And I think the later on you get into the competition, I think he'll have to make that decision. It'll be a crossroads. Are we close enough to the top four to keep fighting for the top four? Or do we go all out now for a trophy and win the Europa League?
We have to win a trophy. I mean, you know what? Even Levy, right? I mean, we know the guy's obsessed by money. And by the way, from a financial point of view, I wish he was my financial advisor, by the way, because I'd be a multi-millionaire. The guy's a genius. I really respect him from a financial point of view.
Yeah.
But even he has to think, right? When I walk away from Tottenham, and when my time comes on this, this planet, what's my legacy? What will people remember for me? What will people remember me for at Spurs? You've got to have silverware.
Well, not as a chairman, mate. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but surely, come on, you've got to have some.
Do you know what I mean? That's a manager's job and a player's job. I don't think the chairman cares. People are not going to remember Daniel Levy winning a trophy. That's not how they're going to remember him. His legacy is going to be that stadium. That's his legacy.
But this way, if you was a chairman, Jamie, what would you like your legacy to be? A stadium or trophies? You know
Tough
I'm
question
right.
to ask, mate.
You know I'm right, mate.
Listen, but you got to look at it in regards to chairmans are exactly that. They're financial and they're businessmen. So sometimes they got to think with their head and sometimes they think with their heart. And the stadium he's thinking with his head. you know, winning trophies, that's his heart. So the balance, I agree with Jamie over here in the sense where I don't think about chairmans when trophies are won at all. It's the manager and the players.
Addy, even Levy has said he's a Spurs fan. He said that. So I'm thinking, if you're a Spurs fan, surely your goal is the same as us.
Yeah.
Now, Hugo Lloris come out with a story today where he was saying on 4 days before the Champions League final...
I see that.
You see that?
I see it.
I see it. The Hugo Lloris, engraving the watches, right? And he put finalists.
Finalists.
I know, but, you know, it's because he gave him the watch before the final.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. If that doesn't prove that this guy doesn't really understand what winning is about, then you'll never get it.
No, I get it. Mate, I get it. Look, we all know Daniel Levy has maybe held Spurs back in terms of winning a trophy, but you can't get away from the fact that his legacy is the fact that he's made Tottenham a commercially worldwide football club with one of the best stadiums in the world, if not the best. And his legacy is that stadium. So I don't think about, you know, when Liverpool have won the Champions League, who the owner is, who the chairman is. Don't care, do you?
It's true.
Jurgen Klopp and the players.
Yeah, it's true.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.